Welcome to Gringos R Us.
We had an adventure this weekend in South Dakota. We're going to tell it to you right after this.
Welcome back, Gringos y Gringas, and what an adventure we had. We had our trip to South Dakota, which you know was to establish residency in the state, get our driver's license, which we already did establish our auto insurance.
Yep.
And we needed to transfer our car title and get plates so that we can drive in Mexico with a plated car.
And one that has plates on both the front and the back.
Front and the back, which really I hadn't even known, and people pointed out we just happen to be lucky that South Dakota does front and back plates.
Yep, we got a break on that one, and we were glad that we did.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So, we left on Saturday morning around 8 o'clock, and it took us the better part of 6 hours to drive all the way from Kansas City up to Flandreau, South Dakota, which is about 30 minutes north of Sioux Falls. And we went there because they had a casino. Not so much that we were interested in the casino, but we got great rates on a heck of a nice room, which we had the little short on to show you the nice room that we got.
Yep.
And so we got up there, and they wouldn't let us check in until at least 3:30, which was fine. You know, we're going to go eat in one of the 4 restaurants in Flandreau. One of them is a Subway.
I'm going to show you pictures of what we ate and where we went. And a little bit about Flandreau, not a whole lot, but I mean, it's a small place.
Yeah, but it was nice that 2 of the restaurants are Mexican. And we're not talking about Mexican American.
They were authentically Mexican.
They were Mexican.
Yes.
And the lady who waited on us and helped us when she found out we were going to Mexico was very proud to say that she was from Hidalgo.
Yep.
So.
And we didn't understand hardly anything she was saying, but because, honest to goodness, that is the first time I definitely noticed a difference in the dialect being spoken. We are very used to Yucatan dialect. It's very obviously, I mean, we're used to hearing it. She was from Hidalgo, and it was different.
And it was fast.
Very fast.
Yes. Yes, we were having difficulties with that, but the food was authentic Mexican, and we'll show you some of that, and it was outstanding. And so we had a good time, got some good food.
So we decided that we were going to take a really quick tour of the area, get some local history, and we stopped at this Presbyterian church and cemetery. This Presbyterian church is the oldest continually used church in the state of South Dakota. There are a lot of Native Americans buried in the cemetery. One of those is Chief Little Crow of the Dakota. A long time ago in the 1800s, Chief Little Crow led a faction of Dakotas in war against the United States military. Didn't make any friends. They put out for his head on a platter type situation. So he was killed, he was scalped, he was mutilated, put on display. Local Historical Society actually had him on display in Minnesota early 1900s, and then they put him in storage. Well, his grandson got his remains back, and they buried him peacefully in that cemetery. Right now we're having a view of the Big Sioux River. It's really quite beautiful. This casino, they are so proud of their heritage. The Dakota, Lakota, and Dakota tribes, all these tribes are concentrated in those areas there, you know, Minnesota, Nebraska, etc. Our room was huge and spacious. We did a quick clip of that so you could see. When you followed the hallway out of our room into the lobby, it opens up into this huge rotunda. The rotunda has these murals. They're literally life-size murals on the wall, painted by a native Dakota man. who goes by the name of Del Ironcloud. Now, Mr. Ironcloud served in the U.S. Air Force for about 20 years, I believe, retiring as a staff sergeant. And when he retired, this was a love of his. He worked in the graphics department in the Air Force for a while. He retired and went back to painting full-time. And he's very well known. He's award-winning, but he is one of the most prominent Native American artists today. This particular mural is in the restaurant. Again, these are life-size figures in the foreground. I'm fascinated by things like this, not only because of the cultural significance of it, but because it is art. And he seems to work predominantly with acrylics rather than oils. He likes acrylics and watercolor. So I just had to see. I had to look up close, look at all the details. He really, truly is an amazingly gifted man. In the hallway between the hotel and the casino, they have all these photographs of various Dakota Native American chiefs or prominent figures. And then, of course, we get into the casino. Now, granted, it wasn't busy because it was early in the day on a Monday morning when I shot this, so there weren't a lot of people there. But that was the point. It's really frowned upon if you start videotaping people in a casino type thing. I just snuck a couple of these in. They actually do allow you to take photographs for your own enjoyment, as long as they don't intrude on others. But when they saw me doing these video clips, I was quickly asked not to do any video. So this is all you get.
Then the fun began.
We're going to give you a little taste of what went down on Monday at the DMV.
Now, keep in mind, we had a 7:30 a.m. appointment, and Gina had to work that day. So she had allowed them, they gave her about 3 hours to get all this done, because we figured, okay, that's plenty of time, 30 minutes down there, because fortunately in South Dakota, it's 80 mile an hour as a speed limit. So we had plenty of time to get down there, to go through the DMV, go get our tags, get back. She'd have time. And then we would be able to, I could leisurely pack the car, she could work, and then we're on our way back to Kansas City.
It didn't go down like that at all.
Not even close.
I ended up not working at all that day. Enjoy our story. Good morning. We have an appointment this morning to get our driver's licenses.
Yes, we do. 7:30. Sorry we're a couple minutes late. It was a little bit of a hectic morning, but we're only just a few minutes late.
So we brought with us, you said you need to see our social security cards.
Check.
Passports.
Check.
You need pieces of mail with our address.
Check and check.
You needed to see something that shows we've been in here in the States since for 24 hours at minimum.
We got our hotel bill.
Got a hotel bill. I'm sorry, what? You can't accept our mail service.
We need a what?
Need a lease? We need a lease.
A lease?
A mail lease? What's a mail lease?
We never got a mail lease with
I don't
our
remember
service.
getting a mail lease.
Nope.
We got something in the mail from them, but...
Something about a 1538.
Some kind of form from the UPS.
From the USPS.
Okay, so we can come back and we don't have to wait as long as we have what we need for this appointment. Rejection number one, denied.
We didn't have the lease.
We didn't have a lease.
We called the traveling mailbox, and they said that they used this form 1538 of the United States Postal Service.
Yep.
And they said they would be happy to send it to us. And so Gina's getting it on her phone while I am navigating to get to the only UPS store that is open in Sioux Falls at 8 a.m. in the morning. And the kind young man there helps us out, says, here's the email address. If you just email it to me, I'll print it for you. Knocked it out real quick.
Yep.
We were back in the car, and we're back on our way to DMV for trip number 2.
Hey, okay, we're back. We were here earlier. We had a 7:30 appointment. We went down to the UPS store and got this printed out.
Yep. This is our agreement with the traveling mailbox people.
That they can accept our forwarding mail.
Yep.
Wait, what? Well, I mean, we called them in the car, and this is the only thing they have. They don't have lease agreements. They just had this.
What do you mean you don't do virtual mailboxes?
Virtual.
All of
this
are virtual mailboxes.
They're all virtual.
But you don't accept this one.
Because it's on the list that says it's virtual.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes. So we need to get an address that is acceptable to you and then come back. But we won't have to wait in line again.
No. Okay, we can come straight to you.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
And so trip number 2, denied.
Again. So here are Gina and I sitting in the car.
Panic. We're panic-stricken and we're frantically searching.
And both of us are on the phone looking for any other type of services going to accommodate.
If you know what it's like to do any real research on a cell phone for the internet, you know how tricky this was. I mean, it was not easy. It's one thing to research things on a computer or a laptop, but on your cell phone, and both of us are doing it simultaneously.
It is now about an hour after our initial appointment. It's probably 8:30, 8:45.
Yeah.
And we haven't even gotten our driver's license yet, and we still got to go to the county treasurer.
Well, Mark found a place online, and he called them, and they were very responsive. Immediately were able to direct us.
And knew exactly what we needed.
Because they don't just do mail forwarding. They also assist people in getting their driver's license, residency, etc. They do this. This is what they do.
And the insurance. They also offer insurance assistance as well.
And so
I call them and they go, I'm like, look, we got to do this and we got to do it now.
Yes.
Come right on down. We'll get you taken care of.
Boom.
Thank you. So off we go to another part of Sioux Falls.
Driving along.
And we drive over there, get there, and they are true to their word.
Yep.
DakotaPost is the name of the place that we used.
Yep.
And they, instantly said, well, you need this. And so they start setting us up. Of course, we had to sign up for another year of service with a second virtual mailbox company.
So now we have 2 virtual mailbox companies. We have the traveling mailbox, which we are an affiliate with and we do use. And now we have DakotaPost, which we are just learning how to use. And they are different. The payment system, the way they charge and do things are different. I'll eventually be able to do a video on DakotaPost as well to explain the difference, because truthfully, if you're not going to be living in South Dakota, traveling mailbox is going to work for you for getting your mail no matter where you are. But if you need residency in South Dakota, apparently traveling mailbox doesn't play ball.
Ain't gonna help. In our belief, this is only our belief.
We don't know.
We do not know this for a fact. This is just as we've had plenty of time.
As bureaucracies go.
Yes, and we had plenty of time to discuss this as we've been driving around all of Sioux Falls. And by the way, anybody ever needs directions in Sioux Falls, I can find it for you. Because I didn't even need the GPS by the time we were done driving around Sioux Falls.
He actually knows Sioux Falls now.
I knew that to get from DakotaPost that we needed to go down Potsdam, turn on Benson, turn left on Minnesota, go down to Russell, turn right, go down. When it got to the Conoco station, turn left on Kiwanis, and then you cut through the Conoco parking lot, and there's a DMV right there.
Do you hear this? Seriously, this is how many trips it took, and it's burned in his brain now.
So, we get done. We fork out another $300
for the year,
and then Gina gets the idea that, we're not going to make it in time to check out.
I'm going to have to call the hotel and extend our stay. Because, see, I did ask the hotel to give us a late checkout, but they never responded or replied when I made that request. And then when we get there, we find out late checkout for them is an extra hour. I needed to check out around 4. They don't do anything after noon. So that basically meant we were not going to get back in time for noon. I needed to continue to work the rest of the day anyway, so we ended up having to pay for a third night to stay, even though we weren't staying the night.
So, while we're there at DakotaPost,
yep,
they're going through all of our, and they took all of our paperwork. You know, they needed the Social Security cards, the passports, and everything. And they were so thorough that they looked through the paperwork.
Yep.
And they went, your hotel receipt has to have the same address on it.
Yep.
As your as DakotaPost address, because we had used the traveling mailbox address.
And here is the reason. That counts as a second piece of mail.
Correct.
It could be your Airbnb, it could be your hotel receipt, whatever it is, that not only shows you've been in a state for 48 or 24 hours, but you need 2 pieces of mail with your address on it, and that counts as one of them. So
she had to call the hotel back.
I had to call the hotel back. The other piece of mail, the second piece of mail, is technically your lease agreement with the mailbox company.
Yeah. So now we had to sit and wait at DakotaPost and wait for the hotel to mail it down, and they did. They
sent us a new receipt with the new address on it. DakotaPost printed it for us. Now we're ready to go back to the DMV. But wait.
Hold on, we're not done with DakotaPost.
Oh, I thought we were done.
No. We get 3/4 of the way down Benson Road.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But wait, here comes more.
And my phone rings. It's a South Dakota number. I don't know anybody in South Dakota.
We better answer this.
So I answer the phone. Mr. Anderson? Yes. This is so-and-so at DakotaPost. Yes. Hate to do this, but there's one more piece of paper that you guys need to sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn around.
We're on our way back.
Going back to DakotaPost.
So we hang a U-turn and back we go to DakotaPost and sign the last piece of paperwork.
Now we have everything.
We hope to God we have everything.
And now we're heading back to the DMV for trip number 3. Hey, we were here earlier. We had the 7:30 appointment, blah, 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 you know. And we had to go get a new virtual mailbox.
And this one, they know that you guys do accept.
Right. So
this is all of our paperwork. And, well, hold on. What do you mean I'm not on the motel bill? We're married. Do you need to see our marriage certificate that's apostille?
You've got something I can sign that says he lives with me and it's okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Wait, what? What?
We got these forms from them at the front desk. What do you mean they're the wrong forms?
It's the traveling affidavits. Okay, so apparently the front desk gave us the wrong traveling affidavits, but you got the right ones.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay.
So you just fill this out and you notarize it and we are good to go?
Everything's good? Mailbox is good? Documents are good?
All we have to do now is our eye test and take a picture.
Boom! High five.
Finally.
All right.
Now we're off to Minnehaha County Treasurer to go pay our taxes and get some plates.
Boom.
Success. After 3 trips.
And so, folks, we finally walked out of there with our driver's licenses. Very excited about that. We headed over to the treasurer.
That I didn't need a GPS for. I knew how to get to.
He knew exactly how to get to the treasurer. So we get to the treasurer. We walk in. Now, here's something we noticed, and we thought this was very interesting. Not at the DMV, not at the treasurer's office. Nobody had metal detectors.
Nope.
Not once. I've never done that before at any official building. So we stroll right on in. There is a huge line and probably 18 to 20 windows, every one of them staffed by somebody there at the treasurer's office. And of course, the treasurer is doing a whole lot more than just car stuff.
They're doing property taxes and everything that the normal county treasurers do.
We get in line
And it moves fairly quickly because they have
really
a good number of the windows. And then they got the little PA that just goes, window number 11 now open.
Yep.
And the next person goes up to window 11. Window number 17 now open. That
Yep.
person goes up 17. And they moved them pretty quickly.
They did. So we get to the window. Mark has run out to the car to grab a binder just in case we needed some things.
Because we saw they have a screen that's showing you need these requirements, and these documents, and suddenly it's like, that's still in the car.
Well, he comes back. We're at the window, and the young lady there needs to see our address. Oh, this is a virtual mailbox. We can't use that. No,
Not again.
And we're like, but we just got this one. The DMV required it.
We're going to be digital nomads. Oh, and she just starts entering in the information.
Yeah, and it was that easy. We basically had to pay the difference in property tax between what we paid in North Carolina already, and she was able to look that up based on the title that we had and the registration that we currently had. We paid the difference in tax. We paid whatever the transfer fee was, and it was really that easy. We were there, 15 minutes max?
Yeah.
That includes the line.
And then after we get all done, she goes, well, you're going to get your title in 6 to 8 weeks.
And it's going to go to DakotaPost.
Yes. It is 7 weeks to the day that we are supposed to be leaving for Mexico.
That means that if it gets to DakotaPost at the shortest amount of time, 6 weeks, and it takes them a week to get it forwarded to us,
we're cutting it.
We are
close.
cutting it so close. We need that title to get our tip.
Yes.
So I don't know what's going to happen. Of course, then we have other issues too that's happening. Today, unfortunately, the appointments opened and closed in a blink of an eye for Kansas City.
I'm going to Mexico.
I am not.
Just saying.
mean,
I got an appointment.
We got on there. They were supposed to open at noon. I
think it was like 12:20.
Cycled. It was like 12:20 before it finally let us in. There was a whole lot of things you had to enter. Of course, it's all in Spanish. And then we get to the page for the appointments, and there are no appointments. And we just keep refreshing. And minutes go by. There's a little clock.
It literally counts down. It gives you 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And it starts counting down. And at the 24-minute mark on mine, as soon as it turned 24 minutes, boom.
October.
I saw a little dot down on October 27th, and so I clicked it. And
that
it was
never appeared for me.
it was like, this is 10:15. Would you like this appointment?
Yes.
Oh, hell yes. Yes.
And so he got it. But it never loaded for me. I never saw any available appointments, and I cycled, and I kept on cycling until about 6:30 p.m., which really wasn't that long ago. And there are no appointments. And I get the sinking suspicion there will be no appointments now until November. So I do not have an appointment for the Kansas City Consulate.
The good news, though, is that we were able to secure 2 appointments for us in McAllen.
Yes.
So they are later than what we were even supposed to check into our Airbnb in Querétaro. It would just delay us from being down there, or arriving there in by 5 days.
Yeah, we'll be 5 days late getting into our Airbnb. Hope that's not a problem
if
for
we
the host.
have to use the McAllen appointments.
If we have to.
If we did email the Kansas City Consulate and tried to see if we could sweet talk our way into going, hey, look, we're a married couple, we're going down together. We have an appointment at 10:15 for one of us. Can you do both of us? Yeah,
I'm hoping that they'll have a heart and they'll say yes, because November 20-something appointments ain't going to happen. We're not going to be here.
Well, no, and besides that, we want November 20-something. We got it at McAllen, Texas, and we're 2 days closer to Querétaro.
Right.
So that's where we're at.
I mean, I'm a little disheartened. I can't believe how fast those appointments went, and logistically speaking, there could not have been that many. I don't know. Are there really that many people waiting for Kansas City to open up appointments? I just don't know.
I don't either.
But
I
anyway,
have no clue.
That's how it went, guys. That was our trip to South Dakota. We did get through this successfully, but not without a whole lot of government bureaucracy. It's the DMV.
Somebody didn't pay a registration fee.
Yeah,
or something.
somebody's not playing ball and didn't throw some money toward the state for them to be recognized.
That's our guess.
That's a guess. I'm just going to say, honestly, I see no reason why traveling mailbox wouldn't work for most people. If you're using it for residency, though, there's a mea culpa there. Traveling mailbox is not going to get you residency. You're going to have a different mail forwarding service to get that.
And DakotaPost was extremely helpful with
They were
that.
awesome.
I mean, they made sure we walked out of there with everything that we needed.
They were absolutely awesome.
It literally was like trip number 4 to the DMV, because they checked everything to make sure that we had everything that we needed. So when we went back for trip number 3, there wasn't going to be any snafus. And so that was great.
They're absolutely used to doing this process. They actually do help people do this. So
well, they have an RV site right behind, so that if you do need, if you're an RVer, you can actually camp in their campground, and then they give you the receipt. So, you know, they've got this worked out all the way through, and they were even like, well, you know what you need to take to the Minnehaha County Treasurer, and we were like, yep, we got all that. Like, okay.
But I do have to say this, because this annoyed me. It kind of gnawed at me a little bit. After we got done and we had our licenses in hand, very first lady that we were directed by, who had basically given us the wrong forms and everything in the morning, said, I tried to tell you we couldn't use virtual. Oh, no, she did not.
No.
She never said that. What she said was,
you need
the lease. She never said, I tried to tell you you can't use virtual. No, she didn't. And I just looked at her and I said, they're all virtual. It is what it is. This is how it went. And you know what? The purpose of us doing all this, honestly, is to show you what we went through and try to help you navigate it if you go through it too. So you can avoid some of these pitfalls.
So that you can do it in one stop instead of...
You don't need to do it in 3 visits. You can do it in 1.
Yes.
That's the whole reason that we're doing this, is to show people how we did it, what mistakes we made, and how to avoid them.
And God knows it'll cut down your stress.
Oh, yeah.
If you can do it in one trip, it will cut down your stress.
Absolutely. Well, I think we better wrap it up. I think we're pushing a half hour here, so, you know.
You betcha.
You betcha, don't you know?
Don't you know?
Don't you know? Okay. Well, thanks for watching for this week. We really appreciate your help. If you like what you're seeing, if it's giving you some value, if it's helping you out, please consider subscribing to our channel and helping us grow. Hit the like button on the video so the video gets out there.
Leave a comment down below.
Yep.
And as always, ring the bell so you'll be notified of new content when it drops.
Absolutely. And again, thank you. I'm Gina.
I'm Mark.
We thank you again so much for your support and for watching us today. We are Gringos Are Us.
Expats with a plan.
We are doing it. You can too. Adios.
Hasta la vista.